the 6th of August 2023. This is another one of my Let's Talk Skidmarks, and in this one I want to talk about leadership, because this is a big problem that we have in South Africa. We have a major leadership problem, and I'm going to discuss the groupings that I understand, and obviously you can differ from me, but all I'm going to do is just give you the realities that I see, and you can make your own mind up and you can think about it. That is all. I just want to put it out there that at least I know if people are interested, they can get the facts. And I'm going to start talking about the Afrikaner first. And you must excuse me, I will be using some Afrikaans sentences and so forth. So it's going to be a little bit of a mix here. The fact of the matter is, one of the biggest problems for the Afrikaner, and I'm talking about the Afrikaner, I'm not talking about the whites. The Afrikaner's got a problem with leadership, political leadership. That is a big problem. We're unfortunately in an environment where political people are dictating and instructing our lives. Political leaders. The days of decent leadership is over. Politicians has become professionals, and they're from a fucking species that I have said many times should go down a mine shaft, because they contribute basically fuck all to the lives of the people. They're only there for their own gain and protecting their own income. That is what it's about for them. These professional politicians. And that is why you see them changing sides so easily and all of that. Because there's no principle and loyalty in their presence there. It is only for the position and the power. And that is a big problem. And it's not only a problem for Afrikaners, it's a problem all over the world. But I'm talking about South Africa, and I'm talking now about political leadership that is influencing our daily lives. The Afrikaner tribe is leaderless. There is one political party that is clearly tribal orientated, and that is the Freedom Front Plus. But now let me tell you something about this. We saw that fiasco at the EFF headquarters with the bitter einders. And if you look on the social media, you see a lot about the bitter einders. Now the bitter einders, hulle is een van die bendes in die Afrikaner gemeenskap. Daar's 'n klomp bendes, ek het al daaroor gepraat. If we had a Afrikaner political leader that was in reality a real leader, he would have seen the development of the bitter einders. And if he was a guy that was doing what he was doing because he felt that it was his calling to do that, Pieter Groenewald would have gotten into his bakkie and go and visit the bitter einders, look at those young men and say to them, guys, we appreciate what you are doing. We understand your frustrations. We need people like you, but you are playing a dangerous game. You are up against opponents that are well financed and far more evil than you can imagine. My suggestion to you today is get some ou manne in to mentor you, because your adrenaline rushes can get you into serious shit, and it will be not because you want to get into shit. it is going to be because you will be trapped into it. So, please get mentors. And if you want, I can suggest some for you. So, my message to you, yes, we appreciate you, we understand what your problems is, and we understand your frustrations, but we are worried about you because you do not have the experience. And that is all he had to do. If they took his advice, good. If they didn't take his advice, bad for them. And we saw where they ended up with this leaderless activities of theirs. They're inexperienced and they're going to land in deep shit. I remind them of what happened in Mabatu. Okay, that's the Afrikaner side of it. So, you, my tribe, we have to understand that we are leaderless. Politically, we are leaderless. Fortunately, we have good leadership in our communities. In die verskillende bendes is daar goeie leierskap. En dit is waarop ons moet fokus. Dis die manne wat weet. Dis die manne wat daar was. Dis die manne wat al deur die hel gegaan het en teruggekom het. Jy moet luister na daai manne, hulle weet waarvan hulle praat. Ek wil nou nie, kom sê, elke oukie wat hier opvlieg en homself 'n generaal noem en so, is die ou wat jy voor moet gou nie. Gebruik jou gesonde verstand en dink. And then we get to the black communities with the leadership problem. There, they have unfortunately been trapped by an evil fucking plan. Seriously trapped. And we can't put all the blame on them for being trapped. They had nothing to fall back onto to guide them. And I'm talking about the Sasa generation. And for those blacks that get the bliksem in because I call them the Sasa generation, fuck for shit, understand. It is the youngsters that was bred with a child grant. Get it into your head, there was a plan behind that breeding program. The plan was to breed a generation of youngsters that were detached from their culture and their tribes. That was the plan. Because the architects of the Sasa baby grant knew that the majority of those babies will grow up without fathers. They knew it. That is why they fired that plan up. Now that fatherless child loses his connection with his tribe and his culture, because it's fathers that transfer those things. And discipline. They're without discipline. The ideal tool for the evil XXX. The ideal tool. So they sit today with a large block of young black people that are disconnected from their tribes and disconnected from their culture. And these people do not know where to find leadership because of the detachment. They don't understand that you need to look for leadership in the wise old men of your tribe. And that tribal leaders, most of the time, basically all the time, they make decisions that benefits the tribes, because if they do things that damages the tribes remove them. But the Sasa generation, because they're disconnected from their culture and their tribe, they look for leadership, and XXX dishes up the leadership for them and point them there with their media tools. Say, this is your leader. And that is how the black population ended up with having a leader like Ramaphosa that don't give a shit about the people. He's only interested in that top level. And they are absolutely power and money focused. As long as they make money, they don't give a shit about you struggling to get treatment at a hospital. They don't care about that. Get it into your fucking minds. They don't care about the fact that 69 black people is murdered every day. They don't care about that because it doesn't happen in their little society that they have built for themselves. Get that in your head. The black population only had one leader that cared for his tribe, and that was Jacob Zuma. And if you look at the things that he did, many of the things that he did was to benefit the people. Not the cabal, the people. And that is why he had to be removed. Zuma made one tactical mistake. And that is that he split the Zulu tribe and pulled a section of the Zulu tribe into the ANC kraal. And those people in that ANC kraal, the Zulus in that ANC kraal, are at exactly the same risk as Pieter Tief and his men found in Dingaan's kraal. And you all know what happened to Pieter Tief and his men. And this is what, unfortunately, in Zuma's drive to get into the power position, he had to bring support, and he brought support from his tribe. And then he lost his position, and now his tribe that he pulled into the ANC kraal is at the mercy of the ANC. So, but Zuma can correct that, because the fact of the matter is, the IFP is the traditional Zulu political party. And if you look at history, and you will see that Mangosuthu Buthelezi, the bulk of what he was driving as a political leader was for the benefit of his people, the benefit of his tribe. No one of the other political leaders do it. We look at the white side, Shitshot Johnny. He is not representing me. He doesn't give a fucking continental shit for my circumstances. He's only there for the political power. That's why he's there, not for my benefit. Let me remind you, young blacks, we had a minister of agriculture in the old days, Hendrik Schoeman. Hendrik Schoeman, he was an extremely successful commercial farmer, and he handled that department like a farmer. Incidentally, it was him that drove the Department of Transport to sow proper grass in the servitudes next to the highways, so that that grass can be mowed and baled for farmers that is in drought need. That is what a man, a political leader do that cares for his people. You don't see that today. The ANC destroyed the railway system so that the trucks could get a grip on transport. And that same cabal that destroyed the railway system, they've got shares in this road transport, and they forced those trucks are going through the toll gates where the collections are made. And who takes the toll money? Go and find out for yourself. So you sausage generation has got a major problem. You are the weapon that this evil cabal is going to use against your own nation. You are going to be the ones that is going to start the violence that will destroy thousands, if not millions, of black people Yeah, a few whites are also going to bite the bullet. But the fact is, you were bred to look for a leader. I'm going to call it a plastic leader. You were bred to look at a plastic leader because you don't understand what is the value of choosing a tribal leader. And that is something that you must get into your head. And that is the big problem that we have in South Africa. We have got a serious leadership problem. You, the young blacks that are tribalists, you must understand, if you had proper leadership that cared for you, your president would have warned you against the dangers of violence. But no, what did this plastic president do? He joins that plastic malema and he calls you up to a revolution. You must think about this. You are being prepared to be thrown into the meat grinder. Take that from an old white guy. Keep your eyes open. It is dangerous what they are planning for all of us. I don't care what nationality you are, or ethnical group you are, or ethnic group. I don't care. If you think Cyril Ramaphosa is going to do anything to improve your life, forget it. If you think Julius Malema will do anything to improve your life, forget it. If you think Pieter Groenewald's going to do anything to improve your life, forget it. If you think Shitshot Johnny is going to do anything to improve your life, forget it. They're not going to do it. We do not have ethical leaders. Each and every one of these political leaders are tarnished and blemished and smeared with influential money. We're on our own. Our only real survival lies in breaking this republic up at a neck break speed and get the pieces under tribal control. That is our only chance. Because the tribal leaders can sit and say, hey, you Jenkor, taking all this stuff out here and selling it and keeping the profits overseas. Fuck you. That document is gone. We don't acknowledge that document. Try it and you'll see what happens to you. That is how it works. But it's only tribal leaders that can take us as a nation out of the claws of the XXX, not political leaders. Forget that. Please, think about these things. I'm serious. Our problem, us, the population of South Africa, is the lack of ethical leaders. That is the problem. A big problem. These plastic leaders, and don't be angry if I say Julius is a plastic leader. Johnny is a plastic leader. Most of these political leaders, plastic leaders. Very few of them. Think back during the pestilence, how they threw us all into the meat grinder. All of them. The only guys that really objected was the ACDP. But the rest fed us into that meat grinder. All of them. Black and white. So, understand this. We've got a leadership problem. There's a lot of talk today in the Afrikaner community about what the Bittereinders did. And they did what they did because we didn't have, and we don't have, an Afrikaner leader with balls that could walk up to them and say, hey guys, this is a cop plan. Think about that. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share. Thank you for your support.